How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we are reacting to The Good Place with episode number 10 of season 4, following a very emotional episode. I think this has only been the case for a few reactions that I've done over the course of me doing reactions, but the more you think about an episode, the more emotional it really gets to you, especially with the episode already being emotional anyways, but you think about it more and more after you've watched the episode, and certainly was the case with the last episode. It was just really great exploring Chidi's memories as he's getting them all back, as we explored him during his life and afterlife, trying to look for the answer, and he came to a very, very amazing conclusion, especially with that note, which I think, I don't know if I can say this for everyone, but I think that really did punch something in the heart. So yeah, but we got Chidi back, so that's all well and good. Not all well and good at the minute is, of course, we're still focusing on the judge, exploring every Janet, trying to find the remote. So I'm still keeping my theory open regarding how Derek is still going to play an importance in, you know, that area, but we'll just have to wait and see. I do expect things to kind of get wrapped up in her search in this episode, because like I said, I don't expect for the remaining episodes to drag out her search, but we'll see what happens. But either way, I'm excited to continue with The Good Place. We've only got a few episodes left after this, so yeah, it's starting to hit the realization that I'm about to conclude what has been a fantastic show. So, But yeah, let's get into episode number 10 of The Good Place, season 4. Looking forward to checking this out. So with that said, let's go.
Think of all the amazing human achievement you'd be eliminating. The works of William Shakespeare, the pyramids, Timothy Oliphant.
Earth might have
That one
its...
stings. There's like 50 gallons of
See?
van in
All the more reason.
I'm like, oh, look, I'm the freaking judge, and I made a freaking ruling, and it's gonna freaking happen as soon as I find...
But doesn't mean your ruling is right, though.
I didn't have a dad. That's why I'm attracted to all the father figures on the TV shows I watch.
So,
You can't play keep away forever.
basically, you're trying
I
to
already showed her the light.
compensate?
She wasn't impressed.
Cool. I love you.
Whoa, really?
Ah!
I love you. So, do you love me?
Yeah, I do.
Well, then...
Straight away!
You and I are on our way to Coolsville.
You seem oddly sure, which is
Unless
unlike
humanity
you, but
gets erased.
it's kind of doing it for me. Should we get out of here?
It down?
Pretend right.
Did you actually write it down, or did you just do a scribble scrabble?
Okay, we need to think bigger. We need to come up with an entirely new afterlife system that both the good and bad places agree on, which seems impossible.
Nonsense. Compromise is always
Needle in
possible.
a haystack?
Just want simple.
We need to come up with a system that will result in the least amount of cruelty and suffering to those who don't deserve it. This is a problem
Exactly.
of justice.
Like, you could do something lesser and... Oh.
Evolve over millions of years, and they end up worse. What if they invent rap?
My
sooner
point
and it becomes the only kind
exactly.
of music? Do you really want to oversee an entire world of Limp Bizkits run by Emperor Kid Rock?
Not my problem. All right, here we go.
But that means the cycle will still
Why is it
continue
doing
in
it now?
humanity
This computer sucks.
being rebooted.
Okay, Disco Janet, you're up.
Leave Disco Janet
What are
alone.
you guys still doing here? Just go back to Mindy's and have a lukewarm beer and wait for me to end you there. Except for you, Cookie Puss. I'll always make room
He's
for you.
taken.
We'll compromise.
You are so right.
Well said. Shut up! Shut up! Hi. Shut up. I'm confident now.
Oh, sorry.
I love this confident
I have a
Chidi.
new idea about how humans could be placed in the afterlife.
We love it. We're in. You don't even want to hear it? Nope. If you guys came up with it, it must be good.
Oh, yeah.
So let's yeet every human
Let's
into
do
an
it.
eternal pit
Now
of
we have
lava.
Around with your neighborhood and your new ideas. New ideas are gross. They sicken me.
Sean, you used to be cool, but you've changed, man.
I'm gonna go write an April speech for when this is all over. It is gonna be so long.
So you decided to unnecessarily yeet yourself off a cliff?
Is the earth That song is really my jam.
What you looking for, baby? No, leave her alone! Leave her alone!
Next.
Even
Oh, she's got a little disco ball.
The judge established a real medium place. You can torture the four of us forever.
Eleanor!
Yeah. This is a
No!
classic trolley problem. One of your boys sets off a stink bomb on the trolley, causing a commotion so the rest of the crew can pickpocket people as they run off the train.
That's very wrong, but in a roundabout way, you kind of got where you needed to be.
I'll even give you a heads up.
All the lives you led on Earth, all the lives you led here, all the ethics training and lessons and journeys to the farthest corners of
Speech
the
time, people.
afterlife, all happened so that we could be here together as the very best versions of ourselves to solve the ultimate problem in the nick of time.
Oh my
speech. No,
goodness,
it's
I
not.
love this speech.
For that.
Please, have a seat, Your Honor.
I already told you I am not interested.
You gotta
Give me
listen to
one reason why I should
sides!
hear you out.
Okay. Here he is.
Ma'am.
You haven't brought Timothy off.
I think you should hear him out, Judge. Only seems fair.
Yo!
right.
Still have a points total, but in the new system, that number will serve as a sort of baseline to determine how hard or
It's like
easy
a
your test is.
provisional
Sorry,
thing.
I'm just trying. Or a twisted version of your life. You're presented with these challenges. You do well or badly, but at the end, you're
That
given a sort
determines
of
your
evaluation.
And the architects explain what you did badly, what you did well, and then you get rebooted and do it again and again and again until you ace it.
The system, you will retain a vague memory of what you learned in the
Ah,
evaluation
the little
session.
spark.
That information, what you did well or badly, stays with you like a little voice in your head, helping you become
That
a better
conscious.
version of yourself.
Okay, that helps. Thank you. More throat lava or penis flattenings.
Then what are we doing to their penises?
Well, largely ignoring them.
You guys are hearing this. I'm not crazy, right?
No, I mean, it's a fair question.
Whose side are you on, man?
I don't have a dog in this fight, little lady. I'm just looking for clarity.
The old version too, but not as much.
It's not just Chidi, Your Honor. When I started in Michael's first neighborhood, I was nothing more than a Palm Pilot in a cool vest. But
These
look at me now.
people
I
are
can
living
hold 4
examples that
humans
this-
in my void and
that
conjure
this plan could
Timothy
work.
Elephant in the blink of an eye. Getting rebooted over and over made me a better, not a person than I've ever been. Humans should get.
Fine. Gonna make me admit it. Fighting you is the most fun I've ever had. I mean, you know.
And now it's all going
You
away.
corkscrew your first eyeball and you're like, man, I can't believe they're paying me to do this. By the trillionth, it's like, I should have just been a teacher. And then you go and get the warm fuzzies about your little humans and something changed. I was having fun again. Next.
Yeah. Do you
I
want...
heard your speech at Demon Con. You know this system stinks. You wouldn't have let me try the original experiment if things were working. Let's try a new way. Together.
Come on, Sean!
Agreed to our proposal.
Wait, seriously?
In principle, yes. Still some kinks to work in. Out. Sorry, old habits. I think we can find a way to make it work.
Guys, watch this.
No!
Sorry.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Oh, don't
It's
look at
yours,
me, huh?
buddy.
I'm just the idea guy.
I mean, it's great that Sean's now on board, that we have hope. Because it was all a matter of the judge is gonna inevitably find the remote, and which seemingly wasn't in Derek, oh well. But you know, the idea that they presented was a pretty great, genius idea, and already had signs of success anyways. So it's a fair shot, and I really like I really like the inclusion they had Timothy Elephant, you know, basically there is a good bait for the judge as well, but also as someone who did push, things along. So yeah. But, that plan, yeah, I really liked it, and how much it was getting to Sean as well, because in his heart, it's like, okay, let's, in his heart, it's like, I want to flip the middle finger to Michael and co as much as I want to, but he reaches a contradiction in a sense, because this is his foot. This will all go, and it's a lose-lose situation for him anyway. So it's all about adapting, like the people, the Good Place is adapting in terms of the afterlife system. They are finding a new way in order to continue the ways that they did before. Like Sean has to find a new way to continue the ways he did before. So yeah, it will be very interesting to see how they do plan to expand on this new afterlife system, because I am thinking of Chidi's theory regarding having the medium place be I guess a, for the time being, temporary spot for those who have deceased. Because of the fact that it's unfair to damn those who don't deserve to, go to the bad place, etc. And it would be a very, very good, I guess you could say middle ground to host these trials, to see if people can build up enough points from their provisional to get to the Good Place. My issue is, what does that say? Because I don't think they stipulated like a kind of limit or whatever. But what about those who do not have a chance in hell on going to the Good Place in my books? I'm talking about your terrorists, your pedophiles, everything. Because, yeah, I'm assuming like their limit would, their baseline would be that negative, that they will, be stuck in this purgatory state forever or something. I'm not so sure, because I don't think there was a stipulation that was presented, unless they do explain it in the next episode. There was a stipulation that was presented that said, oh yeah, there's certain people who have done so much heinous things, but if you like step on a bug, for example, then yeah, you'll get sent to this purgatory state. So yeah, I don't think they stipulated some kind of like, I don't know, limitations for like those who are pedophiles, etc. So yeah, but like overall, the plan is a very, very interesting one. Like especially for those who, may not have been the most heavenly of people, but don't deserve to go to the bad place. Like put them through certain trials, and keep rebooting them with a semblance of memory included in them. So yeah, I think it's a very, very interesting plan. I just hope that I'm assuming we're going to elaborate on it further for it to make a bit more sense, but like in terms of like, oh, you know what, there should be a group of people who are prohibited from taking this test, because like for example, you wouldn't want like Hitler in heaven doesn't sound, yeah, like just for an example to throw out there. So yeah, I am expecting things to be a bit expanded, if that makes sense. So yeah, but yeah, I thought that the idea was a very, very interesting way, like especially with Timothy Olyphant being, would a mediator be the right word to describe it? So as well as a good law for the judge. So yeah. But it was a very, very interesting way to come up with a very interesting idea for an afterlife system. Because you got examples, you got Janet, you got Cheat, like they have evolved to being the best versions of themselves. And it would be very interesting to see. I mean, this season we've been focusing on new people, or people we've seen before, like Simone, try to be better. And you just got to think, how much would they evolve through 800 reboots, for example? So And I feel like I feel like some people. I mean, there's even been examples that Brent showed a significant improvement in the like dying seconds, I think it was. And you just got to keep thinking, like, if he had a semblance of that, can he keep evolving over like 800 reboots? So we've got a precedent with this system that that has been conjured up from the Soul Squad, but yeah, it'll be very interesting to expand upon that. But yeah, it was very also interesting to get a bit of, I guess, depth from Sean, because of the idea that he was at a lose-lose situation, because this idea, he enjoys torture, he enjoys flattening penises, but also he doesn't want this to end. And I don't know if there's some kind of meta-ness. I think there's a better word for that, but there is a level of meta when Michael said about the fact that this is over, like, because we're only 3 episodes away from concluding The Good Place. So yeah, but I do like the idea that Sean was stuck in a bit of a corner, because either way he's going to lose out, really. And yeah, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see, these two work together to create these trials for this new afterlife system and whatnot. So yeah, but yeah, very, very interesting to see everything come about, as well as the fact that we had the judge finally listen to reason. And as well as Chidi as well. I really love this new Chidi. As Jason said, we do love this Chidi a bit more. And the old one was cool. We loved the old Chidi, but I think it's a testament that this Chidi is the best version of himself. He's more confident now. The way he just went, "I love you" to Eleanor was just so outstanding, given Chidi. And not just that though, but I feel like it's a very touching thing in terms of those who can be in Chidi's position, who can panic, who can be pretty anxious, and we all want that moment. We all want to reach a point in our lives where, like, for me, for example, I can get pretty anxious, and I worry, especially with my autism, that it's going to kind of hinder me in terms of social interaction. And the ideal situation is for me to for that to not be the forefront of my worries, if that makes sense. For that to be like, yeah, I'm confident now, I'm ready to ace this, let's go. So I can relate to the Chidi's situation, where he is now in a confident situation, and that is like a goal, for example. That is something that would be very, very amazing, heavenly to reach. So yeah, this Chidi, awesome. Just as well as the way he was just so on it, like, especially to the Good Place committee, who are the most, I'm sorry, I know they are heavenly, but they are the most hopeless people ever. Like, especially when they were pandering to Sean, saying, everyone wins, so yeah. No. So this is it. They're completely biased to, like, there's no room for disagreements or whatever. They are like, let's go. Like, they are a vulnerable gate, to be fair. So with a rusted lock. That's a really terrible analogy, but they yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm really loving seeing, Chidi's evolve so much. But and like I said, just the way he was able to conjure up like, there's a lot of time. There's not a lot of time. There's a lot of pressure in a short amount of time, but he was able to conjure up a pretty interesting idea regarding how the medium places are very good kind of middle ground to host those who don't deserve to be in the bad place, but maybe are a bit shy from being in the good place. So, yeah, and like I said, I think that's going to be the baseline, the middle ground to host these trials, because it's not the good place, it's not the bad place. So, yeah. So it's a very, very interesting, and it would be a very, very interesting idea to, you know, kind of host these trials to try and see if people can, you know, evolve and whatnot. So, so yeah, it'll be very, very interesting to see how this plan does expand. But overall, I thought that this was a great way to see what we were going to get with the new afterlife system, because it has been notably flawed, and yeah, I feel like this is a much better way of kind of dictating who deserves to go you know, to the good place, and who needs to work on their, like, I guess, themselves. So yeah, it's a nice examination. You get held back for the year and then held back. So yeah, you got an eternity, so it's no rush. But yeah, it was really, really. It's a very, very interesting concept. There are some things that I do like. As I've addressed, there are some things that I am very, very curious about. But I'm sure we're going to get a bit more of an now that we've come to an agreement. We're going to get a bit more of an expansive viewpoint regarding this, especially with 3 episodes left to go. So this can work out the kinks, or work in the kinks. On, you know, this new system. So yeah, and for the finale, I'm expecting goodbyes aplenty and whatnot, so because I'm assuming the creators knew this would be it, so especially with how definitive it's starting to feel. So yeah, but yeah, pretty interesting episode with some interesting ideas. So it's going to be interesting to follow these next few episodes. But yeah, and I also really loved that bit of growth. I know I've said it from earlier on, but I loved that moment with Sean and Michael. So yeah, awesome. So, but yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.